John, is everything okay?
I'm not sure. I got a note.
What is it?
I'm going away for a few days, but I'll be back. Please don't worry about me. This is something I must do. Donald.
Where has he gone?
Well, it doesn't say.
I don't understand. Why would he just leave like that?
Well, he's been under a lot of pressure here. I can understand why he'd want to go away for a few days, and he does say he'll be back.
And I see that. It says he's going away for a few days and then he'll be back, but it doesn't say when. Something I must do. Donald. I can't stand to even see that name written. It seems so wrong.
Yeah, but not to him, you see. That's...
John, who's to say that my father hasn't just disappeared the way he did before? We never may see him again.
Now, take it easy, will you? Listen, I know his Donald Saunders personality very well. He seems to be a man of his word. If he says he'll be back, and he does, I think he'll
But
be
he
back.
shouldn't be wandering around. He's not a well man. Who knows what he might do?
Apparently, he felt well enough to take off for a couple of days. Now, don't worry about it, okay? Everything is going to be just fine.
Oh, it looks exactly like I thought it would. What do you think, Cynthia? You like it?
Oh, it's charming. It's absolutely charming. You made such a nice choice. Thank you.
You folks haven't been here before?
No, it's our first time.
Oh, a shame you couldn't get up here in time to see the autumn leaves.
Oh.
That's really a beautiful time of the year, and season's over now. Thanksgiving, then Christmas. Winter will be here before we know it.
Yeah, the year passes quickly. Oh, they all do.
You folks taking a long vacation?
Oh, no, just a few days. We just wanted to get away from it all for a little while.
Well, don't blame you. We all need more of that. Even those of us who run vacation spots for other people.
Yeah.
Now, your thermostat's over here on this wall.
Good.
You probably won't have to monkey with it too much. There's wood there for your fireplace. And if you need anything else, just pick up the phone and give us a call.
Well, thank you. Thank you for everything.
No, that's all right. No need for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Call us if you need anything, and enjoy your stay with us.
Thank you. I'm sure we will.
Absolutely. Well, here we are. Alone at last.
And not a minute too soon, either. Oh, Donald, thank you for bringing me here. I love it.
Well, I hoped you would. It's good for us to be away from Oakdale, all by ourselves for a little while.
Yeah. We'll make the most of it, too. Don't you worry.
As the world turns.
Look, Bragg, the greatest danger right now is the possibility of infection. Eric's running a slight fever, but that's not unusual for his condition because his vital signs are stable, and that's good. And the deepest cuts he had were the chest lacerations. That's where he lost most of his blood, and that's what traumatized him.
Wait a minute, I'm a little confused here. Is his life still in danger? You say one good thing about him, and then you say one bad thing about him. I lost track along the way here. Is he going to be all right?
Look, all I can tell you is that time puts the odds on our side. I mean, if we can get him through the night, I'm optimistic.
Optimistic? Oh, that's swell.
Brad, it's just too soon. We understand your anxiety, but you want us to be straight with you.
Yes, I do. Now, what about his mental state? Is his mind going to be okay, or is he going to have some kind of residual effect from this? I understand that people sometimes have reoccurrences from taking drugs like LSD and such.
PCP is just as unpredictable. Look, I wish I could say something that would put your mind at rest. But the truth is we cannot answer your questions until Eric regains consciousness. Then when his mind is clear, we'll be able to tell whether or not there is a residual effect from this drug.
More wait and see.
Brad, we can't be any more explicit now, okay? We don't have the diagnostic equipment we need, all right?
Look, a friend of mine is passing through town on a lecture tour. I'm sure you've heard of her, Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Yes, I've heard of her.
I'll bet that she can answer a lot of your questions.
Well, I hope so. The only thing I want to know right now is when can I see him?
Well, Haley's in with him now. He's unconscious. But when she leaves, if you want, go in and see him.
I do. And the only other thing I want is to find the people who did this to him and get them. And I will, I swear it, if it's the last thing I do. Lousy drug pushers and dealers.
Please be all right.
Well, okay, John, but what are we going to do about it?
Well, I think the first thing you have to do is make a conscious decision that you're not going to fall apart over this. Because if you do, your mother catches it from you, your sister catches it from you, and then, well, you got everybody overreacting.
Overreacting? Is that what you think I'm doing, really?
Yes, I do.
Well, I'm not, John. The man happens to be my father, and he's not well. He shouldn't be wandering around by himself.
I don't think he's by himself.
What do you mean?
I think he's with Cynthia Haynes.
Why?
Why?
I mean, why do you think that? Why are you sure of that?
Because he's done an awful lot of thinking and talking about Cynthia Haynes here lately.
Cynthia?
Haynes, yes.
Really?
Oh, come on now. We interrupted their wedding. They were going to be married, right? I think it's very unrealistic to think that he's simply going to forget about her. I know that's what your mother would like, but listen, that's not going to happen. He misses her. He wants to be with her, and I think that's where he is right this minute. Well, if you're strong, you know, you just have to be kind of strong and accept some of these facts.
You're right, it's not going to help if I get upset.
No, it's not.
What am I going to tell my mother? She's already so upset that Dad's not going to treat me right away.
Well, it's kind of touchy, I know,
John, John, I just had a thought. What if they've gone off to get married?
Oh, no, I don't think they've
But you just said so yourself that he misses her. He's been thinking about her. I mean, we interrupted their wedding once before. Maybe they've gone to Pitchenough. Maybe they've gone and gone.
Hold it. No, calm down a minute here. Take it easy. No, I don't think he's going to do that. He's had the legal situation explained to him, you know. That he already has a wife. He certainly understands the legalities involved in this. I don't think he wants a charge of bigamy brought against him. I don't think Cynthia would let him do it anyway.
Well, yeah. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
What am I going to tell my mother when I go home?
Why do you have to tell her anything at all?
What?
Well, why don't you just tell her, let her believe that he's still here with me? I mean, it's not going to hurt her.
You mean lie to her?
Well, it's just a little lie, and it's for an awfully good cause.
No, John, I can't lie to my
Oh,
mother.
come on. I'm sure you don't want to upset her, do you?
No, of course I don't. And it would upset her very much if she found out that Daddy's just gone off like this.
So why don't you just let it pass?
Yeah, well, that probably is best.
Okay. Look, I'm going to take a ride out to Flat Rock. I'm going to do some checking up on my own. Would you like to come along with me?
No, I have to go tell my mother something.
Okay, all right. You know, I am very concerned about your father. You know that? I'll let you know. if I find out anything, or if I don't find out anything. I think you just have to be patient, that's all.
Tell me how you found this wonderful place.
Well, I'm not exactly a stranger to this part of the country, you know. I used to come up here to a lake, not too far away from here.
Really?
Yep.
I thought you were from Minnesota. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. That's part of the past, okay?
Now, look, Cynthia. We don't have to feel awkward when a topic comes up about something in the past, especially my past. We're not going to go tiptoeing around sentences, picking and choosing our words all the time. That's exhausting.
You're right. It is, of course. Okay. I will get our drinks, and then you will tell me. There you go. All about the lake.
Well, it was called Crystal Lake. I used to come up here on camping trips. I'd rent boats to go fishing.
This is nice, isn't it?
You comfortable?
Yes, very.
You know, I'll tell you this. I've never done anything like this before.
Well, I should hope not. Oh, Donald, it's so peaceful and quiet here. Hey, you know what we should do? Why don't we take a walk in the woods before dinner?
Whatever you say.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Tell you what.
What?
We'll take a walk down to the village tomorrow. There's some fascinating antique shops down there, as I recall. Croydon.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some hiking trails. We're going to have a good time here, you'll see.
I'm already having a good time. You remember a great deal about it. Here, I mean.
Well, I don't know why that should surprise you. I told you, I know the area. I always liked it. I remember sitting on the shore of the lake, watching the sunlight hitting the water. And there's a park with swings and a jungle gym in it.
You know, I think the last time that I was at a playground, yeah, it was when Karen was just little. I certainly don't know anything about fishing. But you know, you make it sound so wonderful. Maybe I'll give it a try. What do you think? Will you teach me how to fish? Donald? Donald? What is it?
Oh, sorry, dear.
Oh, you were 1,000 miles away.
No, not quite that far. What'd you say?
I was asking you if you would teach me how to fish.
Absolutely. I'd like nothing better than to get you out there and fishing right along with me.
Oh, good. I think I'd like that, too. So, what were you thinking about just then?
No, nothing much. Just remembering. I guess not any of us can do much about the past. But the future, now that's at least somewhat manageable. I want to spend my future with you, making you just as happy as I possibly can.
I'm as happy as anyone has a right to be.
Yeah, but all this has been very hard on you. I know that. You've come through it and handled it so well, so patiently.
That's because I have someone worth being patient for.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Hi, Sophia.
Dick, hi.
Good to see you. You gave us quite a scare.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well, the important thing is that you're all right. Oh, pizza for you.
Thank you, Nick. Put them there. I'll have somebody put them in the water later.
I guess I know what you want to talk to me about.
Oh, you do? Well, what do I want to talk about?
You want to talk about the party and what happened, and you're going to lecture me about what I did and how I shouldn't have done it.
I don't want to lecture anybody about anything. It's too late for that now, anyway. I'm sure you learned your lesson about taking drugs with this episode. And I probably don't have anything to say about it anyway at this point. You do know that it was wrong, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And I'm so ashamed about what happened. I'm so frightened by it.
Well, the important thing is to learn from the experience. Tell me, have you ever used drugs at any other time since you came to Oakdale?
Only grass, but nothing like this ever happened before.
Trouble is, you don't know what you're getting. I'm sure you didn't know you were getting PCP. It's too dangerous to take chances with.
Yeah, I know you're right. Have you told Kim about what happened?
Yeah. She wanted to fly back from New York, but, well, I convinced her that it wasn't necessary and that you were getting the best possible care. Oh, she asked me to give you her love.
Thank you. I'm glad she's not going to rush back. I know she's going to be furious when she sees me.
Oh, no. Come on. She's not going to be angry. I give you my word. Actually, she was relieved that you were all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. I hope. I know she doesn't like me, though.
Who, Kim? Well, that's nonsense. Whatever gave you that idea?
I had a dream about it.
Sophia, you all right?
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
Look, I'm gonna have to call Andrea in Greece and tell her about this, you know.
No, Nick, please.
What, Sophia?
Please, don't tell Mother. I mean, she'll get upset, and I'm all right now, right? I mean, you can see that I'm all right, and everything will be fine, but she'd have to come all the way down here, and she'd get upset, and I promise I'll never do anything like that.
Come on,
Sophia,
Sophia, take it easy, relax. Come on.
Nick, please. I'm begging you, please. Please, don't call Mother. She'll make me go back to Greece, and I might have to live there, and I just couldn't stand that.
You're getting yourself all worked up for no reason. I'm sure that nothing like that's going to happen. But she is your mother, and she has a right to know that you're in the hospital.
But I'm not going to be here for long, am I?
Well, I can't say for sure. The doctors haven't told me. I don't think they know themselves yet.
But I'll be fine, and I don't want to stay here. I want to go back to the dorm. I don't want to die.
But Sophia, what are you talking about? You're not going to die. I told you, you're going to be fine in a few days. They just want to keep you here and run some more tests to make sure that you haven't done any real damage to yourself with all this.
What if they find out I might have to stay here for months.
Oh, come on, let's not look for that kind of trouble. No, they don't want to keep you here long. Look, I just don't want you to get so upset. It's not good for you.
I know, you're right.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Yeah.
God, you're okay.
Look, I'll run along and you two can kind of talk.
No, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's all right, it's all right. I'll look in on you later, okay?
Thank you for the flowers, Nick.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, how you feel?
Scared?
I don't wonder. I was scared too. We all were.
Have you seen Eric yet?
Yeah, I just saw him.
Is he all right?
He's not doing too good.
Oh, it's all my fault.
No.
It's all my fault.
No, come on. Sophia, nobody blames you.
Oh, yes, they do, or they will. I blame me. Oh, I never should have given him that joint. I should never have encouraged him to smoke that.
Sophia,
Eric is a big boy. He makes up his own mind, okay?
He's gonna hate me. Everyone's gonna hate me. Haley, I know you're just trying to be kind to me, but I can't forgive myself. Would you do me a favor, please?
Sure. I'll try. What?
Would you take me down there? I want to see him right this minute. Please.
I can't. Honey, you can't get out of this bed. You have to ask a doctor to get permission to do that.
There's something the matter with Eric. He's worse off than you're telling me. Are you telling me the truth?
What do you mean?
Eric, he's gonna die, right?
No, of course not. Don't you think I would tell you if Eric were that sick? He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be just fine.
I don't believe you.
Oh, Dee, good. I've been so anxious for you to get back there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were waiting for me. I just had a little lunch.
Why'd you do that? I couldn't fix lunch for you.
Got hungry. It's a beautiful day out, you know. I decided I'd take a little walk. And...
All right, never mind. Just tell me how your talk with John went. What do you have to say?
Well, not much, Mom. You see, Dad was at the apartment, so we really couldn't talk that much about his treatment.
Do you mean you didn't accomplish anything?
No, not in that respect. And we didn't. I'm sorry.
Dee, you said you were going to be very assertive with John, and you were going to tell him that we wanted something done.
And I will, when the time is right, Mama. I promise.
No, I'm sick and tired of waiting. I'm going to see John myself, and I'll talk to him about it.
Mom, it's not...
Yes, I will. In fact, I'm going to call him right now, and I'm going to try to arrange something.
Mom, there's no point in doing that. John's not home now.
Where is he?
He went to the hospital, I think.
Well, then your father's alone in the apartment now, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I guess that he is. I don't know what his plans are. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to call him. See if I can get him to agree
no,
to
Mom,
see...
No, don't.
Don't what?
Don't bother calling.
Why not? Dee, what is wrong with you today?
Dad's... he's not there.
You just got through telling me that you didn't know whether
I
or not he
know
was
what
there.
I just told you, and I'm sorry, but I didn't want to get you upset. I'm sorry. He's not there.
Well, then where is he?
I don't know.
Dee, will you please kindly tell me what is going on?
Daddy took off somewhere, Mom. He left a note saying that he'd be back in a few days. John and I found it this afternoon.
He did what?
Eric, where are you going? Wait for me. Eric, I need to talk to you, please.
I'll tell you, I mean, what I can't figure out is why kids, or, anybody for that matter, need to take drugs. Isn't life exciting enough as it is?
Well, it's not excitement they're looking for, it's escape.
That's crazy. I wish I could escape back to being a kid again.
Well, you say that now, but you didn't when you were their age. Jeff, I think all this emphasis on drugs has to do with the fact that people want to get out of themselves when they're unhappy. I know that doesn't sound very original, but I believe it.
Well, they should realize that there are other ways to do it. There's work, playing sports, even watching TV. It's all a form of escape, right?
Right, but you do that when you're alone. And a lot of people don't like to be alone.
Yeah, I know. I guess kids, they need companionship, and they try to emulate the friends, right?
Yeah, and it's not just kids who feel that way or who get into drugs.
Well, they seem to be the ones that are getting into the PCP, though.
I just think it really stinks that there's not more written about it. I mean, these kids don't know what they're dealing with.
Well, I'll tell you something, you know. When I was a kid, we used to go out, get drunk, throw up all over our shoes. That was it.
What's the matter?
I was just wondering who that lady is with Bob.
Howard, of course, has been
Dr. Brothers. How are you?
Oh, it's good to see you again.
It's very nice to
quite
see
some time.
Oh, it's Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Eric, wait. Please, I need to talk to you, Eric. Please.
Annie Hollister, Jeff Ward, Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Nice to meet you. Bob
Good to
told us
see
you were
you.
coming in, but I didn't realize it was going to be today.
Well, I'm lecturing tomorrow in Chicago, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to come and visit Bob.
Well, I'm certainly glad you did. I was telling Joyce about our local PCP problem. She knows a great deal about that drug.
I'm so glad. I was just complaining to Jeff that there's just not enough available literature on it.
Well, there's a lot written, but you really have to dig to get it out. I've clipped and saved all of the research reports and the articles on the subject, so I have quite a bit at hand. I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
That's very nice of you. I think we're in the middle of something that we really don't understand, and if you can take the time out, it would be a tremendous help.
PCP is a problem that's growing in every community across the country, and it just infuriates me that some people would be willing to destroy the minds and lives of young people like that. PCP is so cheap to make that it's become the street drug of choice. Sad but true.
And a lot of kids don't even get the chance to make a choice. They don't know that the marijuana they're smoking has been laced with PCP.
Yes, that's the really sad part. You have no idea what you're getting when you take an illegal drug.
Well, there were 2 such cases just brought into emergency last night.
Bob was telling me about Sophia and Eric. Are those the people you're talking about?
Yeah, that's them.
It's a tragic situation. I'd like to visit with them for a while, if it's at all possible.
Well, it's not only possible, I'll take you up there myself. But first, I'd like to give you a chance to drink some of your coffee.
Thank you.
Well, listen, while you're drinking, why don't you tell us about your lecture tour?
Are these university students or medical students?
Joyce, I think you'd have to call this a busman's holiday.
Of course, no one suspects that the PCP is originating in the lab at the hospital, but you see, all of that could change very quickly.
Why?
Well, if young casualties continue to be brought into the emergency room, public pressure for an investigation is going to grow. And eventually they may discover that the drug is originating in our lab.
We expect you to do your job properly, Dr. Howell. Don't panic. Losing your composure could be a real danger.
Yes, well, I'm not going to lose mine, Miss Marlowe. I mean, far from it. I have always been noted as a man who's able to keep his head, even under the worst pressure. And you must admit, I've done a very good job for you so far.
I've had no particular complaints.
Well, I admire your restraint. But the truth is, I haven't caused any problems for you and your associates now, have I?
Not so far.
Nor do I intend to. I'm doing the very best that I can. Which brings me to the real reason that I came here. It's very difficult for me to ask for a favor, but...
Oh, come, Dr. Howell, force yourself.
Well, I was wondering if, in view of my cooperation and my willingness, if the organization might be able to forgive a little bit more of my debt. I mean, do you think that that would be possible?
But we've already done that. Is this some new debt you're referring to?
Well, yes, I had a run of a little bit of bad luck recently. But surely my value to the organization has got to be greater than the money I owe. And certainly they must understand the stakes that are on me. I mean, my entire career, my entire future is in jeopardy. That's an awfully big favor to ask of someone.
Well, perhaps they feel that enforced cooperation isn't such a real favor in the true sense.
Yes, well, do you think that you might ask them? I would really appreciate that. It would be an awfully big load off my mind. You see, and then I would be able to do even more for the organization if I felt at the end of that time, you see, the slate would be wiped clean.
All right. I'll contact them and see what I can do in the matter. But I can't make any promises.
No, I understand that, but I would really appreciate it. I would be very grateful if you would ask them.
And in the meantime, I don't think we should have too much contact with each other. I suggest you don't come here anymore. If someone should see you, they might ask questions.
All right, whatever you say. I just thought it was very important today.
Yes, yes, I understand. And in the future, call me. Let me be the judge of the importance of what you have to say before you come all the way over here. Now, if there's nothing else.
Who's that? Are you expecting someone?
Well, no, but I wasn't expecting you either. Well, don't be alarmed. I simply ordered lunch. Must be room service.
Hello, Miranda.
Well, what are you doing here?
I have to talk with you.
James, you've come at a very bad time. You should have called first anyway. Don't Americans believe in calling before they drop by?
I'm sure you can spare a few moments. Well, if it isn't Dr. Howell. Seems I have come at a good time after all, doesn't it? Hello, Doctor. Tell me, how is everything at your hospital laboratory?
Some of the talks are held in large halls, 700-800 students. But I really enjoyed the talk I gave a week ago in a very small college in Ohio. The youngsters were so interested in understanding their own emotions.
What kind of things did they ask you?
Well, they wanted to know a great deal about responsibility in sexual relationships. The media would have us believe that young people are very free and easy about sex, but I find them very thoughtful, very committed. They don't take it lightly at all.
You're going to have to excuse me, Joyce. I have a consultation in a few minutes. I've got to go upstairs.
I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to monopolize the conversation.
No, it was wonderful. I wish you'd finish it.
And I think you should, but forgive me, I've got to go.
Oh, that's fine. We'll have a chance to talk later.
Good. Listen, you two, will you take Joyce up to see Eric and Sophia when you're finished here?
Sure.
Just don't worry, we will take very good care of it after breakfast.
I'm leaving you in questionable hands.
I hope so.
I'll see you later.
Bye. He's such a nice man.
Have you known Bob for long?
For years. We don't get a chance to meet very often, but we stay in touch. I get a Christmas card every year, and Franny sends me a birthday card every year. I just can't wait to see her.
How long has it been since you've seen her?
Oh, Bob brought her to New York February.
Oh, she's grown a foot since then.
I'm sure she's simply shot up.
Dr. Brothers, would you mind elaborating on what you were saying about how to talk someone down from a bad trip on PCP?
Well, I was saying that it's very important to be very soft-spoken, very gentle, to reassure them just as much as possible. But at the same time, it's also important to be sure they are physically restrained.
Oh, Dr. Brothers, is that really necessary? It sounds so barbaric.
I know it does, but it can take as many as 5 or 6 strong men to subdue one small man who's had a bad PCP reaction. It seems to release enormous strength in a person. I can tell you some stories that are just incredible, but they're documented case histories.
I don't understand that. I mean, is there some kind of chemical reaction that has that?
What, Jeff?
Isn't that Sophia?
Is that the young woman you told me about with the bad drug reaction?
Yes, Jeff. What on earth is she doing here?
I don't know.
May I help you?
What do you want?
Are you lost?
What? Please, let me alone. Please.
Mom, I wish you wouldn't call the pharmacy.
I know you do, but I'm going to anyway,
Mom,
so there's no sense you're trying to argue
It's not
with
going
me
to
about
accomplish anything. I tried to get him there myself. I told you that.
it. Maybe he's come in since you called, dear. Anyway, there's no sense. Hello? I'd like to speak with Donald Saunders. Is he there, please? Do you know when he'll be back? Well, how about Cynthia Haynes? Is she there, please? No, all right. No message. I'll call again. Thank you. He isn't there.
I told you that.
She isn't there either.
What'd they say?
She was out of town for several days. That means that she's with David. They've gone off somewhere together.
Mom, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that.
Oh, Dee, please. I'm just sick and tired of people humoring me and treating me as if I'm less than bright. Why didn't you tell me that he was missing?
Well, first of all, Mom, missing is not the way to put it.
Oh, well, then how would you put it?
He's just gone away for a few days. I didn't want to tell you because I was afraid you were going to get upset. And that's exactly what you're doing right now, isn't it?
Yes, but I get even more upset when people try to conceal things from me.
I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to get upset.
Oh, Dee, please. And I'm not being paranoid. Everybody just keeps trying to keep information from me. And it's information that I have a right to know, and I resent it.
You're right. And I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
I suspect you will. And you know why? Because I think somehow John has managed to get you right back on his side again. And I think that he is manipulating this whole situation for his advantage.
Sophia, come on, we want to help you. Nurse, I want 20 cc's of Valium. Stat!
Don't be upset by what James said, Dr. Howell.
How did he know? How could he find out?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what he knows. Now, don't fall to pieces on me. I will call you later. We discuss it.
I can't stand it. If he knows, anyone might know.
Not necessarily. Control yourself. I'll be in contact with you.
Oh, my God. My God.
Well, you certainly managed to shake him up.
What is about that man that reminds me of the White Rabbit?
I don't think that was very funny. What was the point of all that?
I want to get a reaction.
Well, I don't like that kind of game playing.
Your people are really busy, aren't they? First cocaine, and now it's PCP.
Don't be stupid. We have nothing to do with PCP.
I want it stopped.
Oh, you do? Well, I had no idea you were in a position to give orders like that.
Well, what I know about you puts me in a very good position.
Knowing too much can be hazardous to your health, James. I suggest you run it up in needlepoint. Hang it in your apartment.
Well, I suggest that what you concern yourself with is what my knowledge could do to your organization.
Oh. And, how did you find out all this information about the lab?
That is not your concern. I want the PCP manufacturing stopped, and I am out of the cocaine business.
Oh, really? Well, you're a wonder, James. In the beginning, you were opposed to the drug operation because of your high principles. And then when you found out how much money could be made from it, well, then you became less moralistic. And now that you are used to a higher standard of living again, well, your principles are rearing their heads.
This has nothing to do with money. This thing's gone too far. People are getting hurt.
Oh, and that bothers you. Well, you have a very tender heart. I never suspected.
Listen, do you think the authorities are going to sit by and let all this happen? There'll be an investigation, they'll start asking questions, and when they do, I, for one, do not want to be involved.
Your cowardice is constantly at war with your greed, isn't it? Must be very uncomfortable for you.
I'll tell you one thing. If this isn't stopped, I will go to the authorities and tell them what I know. All of it.
You don't mean that.
If you believe that, then you have a very unpleasant surprise coming.
Are you standing there trying to blackmail me? Is it possible that that's what you're trying to do?
I am not trying to blackmail anyone. I'm simply telling you what I will do if this isn't stopped.
Well, then you're a fool, James. That's all I can say.
All right, I'm a fool, but I'm tired of being a fool, and I want out.
You will get out. when we tell you you can and not before. I am sick and tired of working with weak, spineless men like you and Dr. Howell. You have no courage and no convictions, and you are ungrateful and greedy, and that's a fatal combination.
What you say about me or to me doesn't matter. You and I are finished. And you don't contact me again.
You don't decide when we are ending it. I do. And as far as I'm concerned, our relationship is just getting started. Bob.
I believe I've come at a bad time.
No, not at all. Please, come in.
Hello, James.
Hello, Bob. I'm afraid I must be going.
I'll be talking to you later.
Miranda, I meant what I said.
Well, you know, I didn't expect you till a little later. Not that I'm not glad to see you. Let me get you a drink, or... What's wrong?
I happened to overhear some of your conversation. I wasn't eavesdropping, but you were both speaking rather loudly.
Oh, that. But it was just a business disagreement.
Really? I think I'm beginning to figure out what's going on.
Bob, what do you mean? What do you think you heard?
Enough to open my eyes a little. I'm beginning to understand why you keep yourself from responding to me.
Why do you say that? I mean,
It's obvious. You're having an affair with James Stenbeck. That's what's going on, isn't it?
Stay tuned for Search for Tomorrow, next on most of these CBS stations.